Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to USARK's official channel. Today we are here in Washington, D.C. Okay, that's not true at all. I have this big green napkin behind me, but Phil Goss, president of USARK, is actually in Washington, D.C. We thought it would be important for you guys to kind of see what has to be the busiest man in the reptile industry when it comes to representing those of us who love to spend our lives with these animals. So here's some shots of Phil from last weekend filling those big boots that he has. And I got to tell you something, them boots was made for walking.
Thank you, Garrett, and hello, Reptile Nation. USARK is here working hard for you in Washington, D.C. You can see right over my shoulder is the Capitol building, so I'm going to take a little stroll just a few blocks away. I'm going to meet with our federal lobbyist. We've got a lot of meetings set up this week, obviously talking about the Lacey Act Amendment Bill and also some Endangered Species Act reform bills. So I'm going to go hit it, and we're going to go walk the halls. It is crucial for USARK to be here because legislators have to look at a whole lot of bills. And even though they're highly important to us, our issues may not be of the highest importance to the legislators. So USARK has to come here, educate them on what's wrong with the bad bills and what is good about the good bills. And it is why it is so important, because USARK as a small team of people can only do so much and only reach so many legislators. When we ask you to send an email or make a phone call, you need to do it, and it's because the more constituents they hear from, the higher up the to-do list it's going to raise these bills and make them more aware of the issues that you, their constituents, are concerned about. So when we put out an alert, that's why it's so important for the Reptile Nation to contact your legislators. A trip to DC includes not only a lot of time in legislators' offices, but a lot of walking. So about halfway through the day today, a little over 2.5 miles in, headed back to the Senate building for another meeting, but passing by the Library of Congress, wanted to point it out because USARK spent a lot of time there researching our lawsuit that took 3.5 years and hundreds of thousands of dollars to overturn extreme government overreach. It turned one state's issue into a national issue and made it illegal for you to transport, for any reason, certain reptiles and amphibians across state lines. So we're here working so that we do not lose those freedoms. Grassroots Advocacy, which is everybody sending emails and making phone calls, is so important. The last legislator's office actually mentioned they remembered hearing from a whole lot of reptile owners last year. So when enough of you make noise, we stop the bad bills.
Now, if there's one thing that I've learned from being so much more involved in USARK lately, it's just how much work that people like Phil Goss do behind the scenes to set it all up for us, and just how important it is for us to take that baton collectively, as Phil was saying, in a grassroots effort, and take advantage from that support that USARK sets up in the beginning so that all of us can do our part and be involved in the future of reptile keeping. At the time of the release of this video, Phil is already in Florida at FWC's TAG, that's Technical Assistance Group meeting, pleading our case before FWC's Executive Director, Roger Young. Now, if you're watching this video at work, at home, in your car, go ahead and take a minute to just applaud Phil's efforts. Thank you, Phil. We don't care how ridiculous we look. And an extra special thanks from us at USARK to you guys who are ready to jump at a moment's notice to represent these animals and the people who love them best interest every time we need you. Thanks, everyone. Good night, America.